Yes, good evening, everyone. So, welcome for our second demonstration. So, yesterday we talked about what is cloud, what are different cloud companies we have in the market right now, different cloud companies, and what is Oracle Cloud, and why the clients are looking for cloud servers instead of maintaining their own servers, and what are the different tools and products we have in Oracle Cloud. Out of those products, what is meant by Oracle Fusion Applications ERP software? What are other ERPs we have? When Oracle is already having 4 ERP products in their hand, still they developed a new ERP software, which is cloud. The Oracle is called as the next generation cloud ERP. And why they did this here? And also Oracle Fusion Applications, different domains, not only Oracle Fusion, any ERP software, different domains we see. So out of this, we will be able to learn only one domain, whether it is finance or supply chain or human capital management, whatever. We will be able to learn only one. Will be able to learn only one, uh, you know, domain, whether it is HR or finance, like that. We will be able to learn only this. And then we talked about different modules we see in human capital management. And what are the modules we are going to learn from RTL and live sessions? Total 4 modules: global HR, payroll, options management, talent management, including the technical part. Including the technical part. It's going to be 100% end-to-end in implementation, and technically we are going to learn. Technically. These are the components one by one that we are going to learn. Each component we are going to have it here. And then advanced HCM, we call it. Yeah, someone was asking Redwood and artificial intelligence. Yes, it is a part of live sessions only. It is part of live sessions only. So whatever the Redwood and artificial intelligence implemented by Oracle that we are going to discuss in our live sessions itself. In our live sessions itself, we are going to discuss the same concept. You see it in, see, Redwood and artificial intelligence, both are features, new features introduced by Oracle, latest version, because Redwood has got very good feedback from the customers, and that is going to be the latest one. Okay. So very first time, RTL is going to introduce Redwood and AI, Redwood and artificial intelligence. Whatever the features given by Oracle regarding Redwood and artificial intelligence, will be discussing that we see in every module. In global HR module, there will be a Redwood and AI. Payroll module, there will be a options management and all. So in every module, wherever we have that, we will be discussing, and we will be talking about that options from the functionality point of view. Yeah. So this is what actually we discussed in the first demo. Today we are going for the second demo. Before we start the demo, anybody is having the questions and doubts, please go ahead. I can clarify it. Yeah. Any doubts? Anybody would like to talk with me? Okay, it's fine. We'll start the session, and then after that, we can talk about this. Yeah. So here, let me talk about this. So what are the prerequisitions for this? We don't have any prerequisition to learn this course. If you are just fresher, no problem. But the only thing is, what I expect is, I need next 2 months dedication from your point of view. There will be a session 1 hour. 1 hour session will be there, weekly 5 days. My 1 hour practical session is equal to 3 hours of your practice. I'll be giving you the assignments. I'll be giving you the FAQs. And so that you're supposed to go for prepare. We'll give you an excellent documentation also. You can go through that, everything. Okay. So today we are going to discuss what is the fusion application environment. how it looks like. What are the implementation roles we have, and how to create user account here. How we will able to create implementation project. We'll be able to create an implementation project, what exactly it is. And I'll show you what is meant by setup, mainly functional consultant roles and responsibilities in the project. This is very common question in the interviews, right? Obviously, when you put some experience, they'll ask you, tell me how many projects you have done. Let's say 4 projects, 2 implementation and 2 support. Can you tell me what is your role in support project and what is your role in implementation project? What were the responsibilities you are taking care of it, right? So that's the question we'll expect, and obviously we are supposed to be clear with that. And what is meant by setup, and what is meant by configuration, and then what is meant by testing. And we'll take one test scenario. I would like to hire an employee. An employee is working for California location right now. Employee is working in California location. Now client is telling that they wanted to create a new location. They would like to go for create new location and transfer this employee to this new location from 1st June 2025, not from today. We would like to transfer employee to the new location. New location is not exist. We have to create. And then we have to transfer employee, but not from today. Employee should be in that location from 1st June 2025. That's how we wanted to do that. Okay. So first we'll see Fusion Applications environment. This is completely web-based. This is what actually your software. We call it as server or instance. Okay. So whenever you are working in the project, you will be getting this URL, and then you will get credentials, username and password. So instance or server or cloud application, these all are same. It comes. Yeah. So we provide this server access here. So log into the application. This is the environment. This is the environment for Fusion Applications. We see 2 menus here. One is, user menu. Right side I can find user menu, and left side I can see navigator. Left side I can find navigator. This user menu will be used to perform the setups, to perform setup and maintenance. It means configure the setups and then manage the setups in future. At the same time, there will be a navigator here. Go to navigator. I can see the testing here. Whatever the setups we have done, we are supposed to test it. Right. That's what. So there will be 2 menus. One is user menu. What is the purpose of user menu? Which will be used to do the setup and maintenance. Nothing but configuration of setups. This environment, we call it as FSM environment. Nothing but functional setup manager. Functional setup manager. Here only we are going to configure, complete our setups. Complete our setups. Okay. So 90% our work will be here only. Once we configure the setup, what we have to do? We have to test it, right? So testing, we do it from the navigator. From the navigator, we are going to test. So this navigator menu will be used by the client actually. So before we deliver our work to the client, obviously we are supposed to test with multiple scenarios, right? After testing and prepare the document, and then only we'll deliver to client, right? That's why we will have the access for both. Okay, we'll have the access to both, but client will not enter into this area. Client means client employees Maybe if someone head of the company or top level management, if they need permission, we can give it. It's not a problem. But end users who are working like clerks, cashier, recruiters, HR managers, sales people, admin people, finance manager, general managers, all these people will be accessing the application through Navigator. They'll try to perform the actions over here. They'll try to perform the actions over here. Okay. So here I would like to know this ERP, Oracle Fusion Cloud ERP. What are the different offerings we have? We discussed last class. Generally, ERP means what are the different products should exist. Any ERP, even if you go for SAP, there will be SAP FICO, nothing but finance. SAP HR, nothing but HCM. SAP material management, or supply chain. Like that, names might be different, but finally the domains are same. Okay, you go to Salesforce. There will be a Salesforce Finance, Salesforce HR, and Salesforce CRM, like that. Any ERP, the naming conventions are same. Now, I would like to see what are the different offerings we have for Oracle Fusion Cloud. Oracle Fusion Cloud. So these are the different offerings we have. Like we can see the financials here. We can find financials. This is to maintain the accounting information of the client details. And then we can find order management, nothing but sales information. And then we can find procurement information here. And then marketing information. And then I can see that items, inventory data here. This all details we are going to have it, right? This all we are going to have it. Then where is human capital management? Where can I see this human capital management in this offerings? I don't see that name, right? Human capital management. Here is human capital management combines three offerings. One is workforce deployment. Another one is workforce development. Another one is workforce development. Another one is compensation management. Whenever you combine all these three offerings, then it's going to be HCM, human capital management. So HCM is a combination of three offerings: Oracle, Fusion, Cloud, HCM. So if somebody says that Fusion HCM, if somebody says that Oracle Fusion Cloud HCM, all are same. Just it is Fusion is one of the ERP software in the cloud. Cloud means virtual server. In Oracle data centers, it is already installed. Okay. So we find finance and HCM, HR, like earlier we were calling HR, now we call it as HCM, human capital management, supply chain, like that. So what are the different offerings we have here? Workforce development, workforce deployment, compensation management. And then ORC, Oracle Recruitment Cloud. But actually, what Oracle says, ORC is completely different. Recruiting and candidate experience. This is another offering. It's indirectly ORC module. Oracle Recruitment Cloud. Oracle Recruitment Cloud. So total four offerings we see in human capital management. Human capital management. So workforce development. Workforce means nothing but our employees. Whoever is working for our company, we call them as a workforce. So we need to have the deployment and then development, compensation management, and ORC. Each offering will have different modules. So whatever we discussed, this all module comes under this offerings. This all module comes under this offerings. Okay. So whenever you are working in the project, for example, you join in the project and you want to know how many offerings your client is subscribed, we'll go to actions menu and go to offerings. Actions menu and then go to offerings. Okay. So compensation management, I can see that here enabled, and related documents also I can find here. But generally we don't need all this documentation initial stage. because it has got all the features and setups, whatever is required for us. Okay. So we will be talking about that later, one by one, documentation part. And workforce development, this is also enabled. Workforce deployment, it is also enabled. How about ORC? This is also enabled. So it's up to the client requirement, whatever the offerings they wanted to go for, implement, that they will be specifying here. So whatever the offerings they wanted to buy the license, that they are going to have it over here. This is about the offerings point of view. Okay, just to know the information about the offerings over here. Okay. Now the same information, whatever I'm able to see from the actions menu, go to offerings, I could also see from here, list. So both are same. The list I can see from here. I can see the list from here also. So I can see workforce development, workforce deployment, and compensation management. And then we see the candidate recruiting and candidate experience. We can see that here. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to create one new user account, how to add the implementation roles. What is meant by a role? First, we have to understand. So role is nothing but a permission or access to the application. For example, I can see that a lot of options are there in navigator menu. I can procure the material, I can manage the products, I can configure the employee benefits, I can manage the sales order management and other details. I can do all this, right? But client is telling that employee should access only procurement. They should not access any of other options. Then what we have to do? We have to customize the roles. So what is meant by role? Role is nothing but access to the application. We call it as indirectly security. Indirectly security. Okay. So obviously creating the new roles, customizing existing roles, providing the privileges, providing the data security is completely functional consultant responsibility. We will be having separate sessions about the security, and also we'll put in our resume. I was taking care of the complete security, managing the privileges, roles, configuration, and all everything. Okay. So whenever we are working in the project as a functional consultant, we are going to have two implementation roles. One is IT security manager. Another one is application implementation consultant role. These two roles are required. Without these two roles, we can't do as a software engineer, we can't do anything. Indirectly, we can call it as admin. Indirectly, we can call it as admin. Okay. So these two roles are mandatory. These two roles are mandatory over here it is. We call it as implementation roles. We call it as implementation roles here. Now let me go to navigator, go to tools menu, security console. This is where we configure the user information. This is where we configure the role information. Go to users tab. What is the requirement? I want to create a user account. These all tasks are our responsibility. Configuration of the security, everything. We'll be doing it later one by one in our regular sessions. Now go to users tab here and click this button, add user account. Add user account here. Okay. So we are going to give the first name. So I'm going to give the name as here, Kiran Kumar. Last name is Kiran Kumar. And I would like to have the username as just Kiran. I don't want to have it. I just want to have only Kiran in the password. Re-enter this password. Let's go for add the roles. Two roles I want to assign. One is IT security manager. What is the purpose of this role? If you add this role to user, what user can do? User can access the security console environment. User can access this security console environment. Another one is application implementation consultant role. Application implementation consultant. I could see two roles here. One is ORA underscore ASSM, and another one is ASM underscore application, but both are same. You don't find much difference here. Okay, so I'll go with this one. When we are discussing about the roles, that I will see detailed information about this. Okay, so let me go for add it here. So two roles I have added successfully: IT security manager and application implementation consultant role. These two we call it as implementation roles. Save and close. We created new user account called Kiran, and we have added two roles. I want to search whether created or not. Enter username and search here. Can see this user account. I can reset the password in future if I required. I can edit user details, connect to the user, log the user. Okay, so these all options can be done if required. Okay, now click done button here, and I'm just trying to log out from the current user and log in with the new user here. Enter the username, Kiran, enter password. Now I'm able to see that Mr. Kiran is able to log in, Kiran Kumar, right? I would like to know whether these two roles are associated with the user or not, means assigned with the user or not. Now I can see that username here. Go to user account, and I can see that setup and maintenance here. This is nothing but application implementation consultant role. What is the role for this? Application implementation consultant role. This is FSM environment we have. FSM environment we have. Now, if I go to Navigator, I would like to know IT security manager. Second role is applied to the user or not. Go to tools menu and security console. You got this option, nothing but these two roles: IT security manager, application implementation consultant. Yes. So we also can create new user. We, in the sense, Mr. Kiran also can create user account, and he can search for existing accounts, and then Mr. Kiran also can go for perform other operations, right? Here other operations can be performed here. Okay, so this is about creating new user account and how to add the roles. Obviously, every module there will be a 5 to 6 roles when we are working in the next level. Module wise, we see around 4 to 5 roles. We see we must be very clear with that roles, and we also should know how to customize those roles as well as create new roles as per the requirements, right? So this all we will be clear. We'll be discussing. Right now, what we have done is we have added the implementation roles here. This. Okay. Yeah. It's clear, everybody, how to create new user account and complete this. Any doubts here, please? Any doubts here?
No doubts.
Yeah. So now next we are going for implementation project. What is mean by implementation project? Whenever we are implementing this modules to the client. Okay. So first what we do is, let's see how the project will come to the company, then how the companies will start recruiting the employees, then how the project will be started, executed, and delivered. Okay. So let's say your client is let's say your client is Reliance Trends. Reliance Trends is one of the retail industry. So it's one of the retail client. So they have some hundreds of branches, thousands of employees to maintain all these employee salaries. So they wanted to use one cloud ERP software. They wanted to use some cloud ERP software. They would like to have it. Okay. So here, what Reliance will do is they will communicate with Oracle Corporation because Oracle has developed this ERP software, right? Obviously. So the client should communicate with Oracle Corporation and explain that this is what actually our business, this is what our strength or what we call it as this is our total employee strength as well as our company turnover, whatever the things are required, then client will try to get the license. Oracle, Fusion, ERP, HCM. Let's say a client says that I don't want finance or something, I want HCM. In HCM also, I would like to implement only three modules. Global HR is mandatory. Without global HR, no question of other modules. And then I would like to manage my company employee leaves, nothing but absence management, as well as payroll. So three modules the client has decided to go for enrollment. Three modules they wanted to implement. Okay, so they get license. License cost obviously for only three modules, right? Only for three modules there will be a license cost, and depends on the number of licenses, means number of users. We will see the cost also different. So, cost also difference. So once client get the license from Oracle Corporation, so what client will do is they will approach Oracle partners for implementation of this project. Who are the Oracle partners available in the market? Who are the IT partners for Oracle who are available? There is a TCS company, there is Wipro, there is Infosys, there is Accenture, there is Deloitte, okay, there is Apps Associate, and there is a company SLK Software. I have written 5, 6, but there will be thousands of customers across the world. Across the world, thousands of customers we have in the market. So now client is interested to give this project to Infosys. Let's say Infosys has given the best quotation and they given the commitment and support and whatever, the quality of the work or having some relationships. So Infosys has got the project. So what Infosys is going to do is, Infosys is going to hire employees. They will hire functional consultants. They will hire technical consultants. Entire team, functional team as well as technical team. There is no DBA team because Oracle will take care of the complete DBA activities. So what Infosys will do, they give the commitment to client saying that in 1 year we will go for implement. Next 2, 3 months we give for support. After that maintenance. It's a continuation process. During the implementation, maybe we will have around 10 functional consultants, 4 technical, total 15 members team. And after implementation, in support, maybe we will have 5 members, and then we are going to have 2 technical team. So that's support and maintenance, continuation process. So like that, Infosys will build a team. And one manager obviously required, right? Project manager will be there. So we will take care of the management of this entire project. Okay. So the project manager is going to manage the entire project. So what project manager will do? He will go for prepare the project plan. Project plan means how many tasks we have to do it in the first release, in first 3 months. What are the tasks we have to deliver to client? Second release, third release, commitment, time frame, the resource allocation, as well as task allocation. These all things project manager will take care, right? So this project manager is going to create an implementation plan. We call it as an implementation project. We given 1 year commitment to client. In 1 year, we'll implement all these three modules for you. So from 2026, May 1st onwards, you can start hiring the employees in global HR, run the payroll, and your employees can apply for the leaves by using this software. Your managers can go for approve or reject or withdraw or cancel or forward leave setups, leave enrollments, leave cancellations. All operations can be digitalized through this cloud ERP software. That's what commitment has given. So if you want to implement these three modules, obviously maybe you have to do 300 setups or 400 setups, right? Obviously. So in the first quarter, we will deliver this much of work. Second quarter, because client cannot wait 1 year, right? Without testing what is happening in the project, right? So obviously the manager is supposed to tell to the client in first quarter, yes, this is the output. I'll be showing it to you. You can test it like that, right? So that's what the planning of the project. We call it as implementation plan project or implementation project. Okay. So who will create implementation project is project manager. Project manager is going to create this implementation project. Okay. Let me show you how to create an implementation project. Now, once we log into the application, go to user menu, setup and maintenance. So if you want to have the access to setup and maintenance, which role is required? Application implementation consultant role. Application implementation consultant role is required. Okay, click on this. Setup and maintenance. We are entering into the FSM environment. Functional setup manager. Go to task list here. And here we are going to create an implementation project. We are going to create an implementation project here. I could see that multiple implementation projects here, everyone created their own implementation. But in the real time, we don't find this many. Just there will be only one implementation project where manager is going to assign the task to team members. Right. Click on this here. I'm mentioning that Reliance Trends, IMPL, Reliance Trends IMPL. That's what an implementation project. Right. So just give the project name. If the management has decided to give the deadline, yeah, they can set up that, but not mandatory. How I can see that. What are the offerings you want to implement for the client? I want to implement only three modules. One
Mama,
is
number
uh,
two.
one is global HR,
Nana.
another one is payroll. So go to here. Here I can see HCM payroll module we want to implement for client. Options management module we want to implement for client. Then where is global HR? I don't find global HR here. Global HR by default, global HR will be exist. By default, global HR will be exist. You don't need to go for select. By default, global HR is exist. It's mandatory. Okay. So for example, after some time, client wants to implement compensation module also. No problem. We can add later also. So whenever we are creating an implementation project, we choose the modules, whatever we want to implement for our client, whatever we want to implement for our client, that we are going to choose here. Okay, let's go for, let's click this save and open project or save and close project. Going to save and close project here. Implementation project created successfully here. Now implementation project created successfully here. Let's say I would like to log out and log in, and I would like to check here. Let me just log out from here. Now Kiran is going to log in again. Go to user menu, setup and maintenance. Go to task list here, manage implementation project, and I can see that implementation project here, Reliance Trends implementation project. After some time, you want to add some more modules? Yes, we can add always. You would like to remove existing modules? Yes, you can do it both, not a problem. And the moment when you expand here, you can find whatever the modules we have included. We included two modules and we discussed that by default global HR will be there. This is global HR module setups where we have to perform. Here we have to configure the payroll module setups. Here we have to configure the options management module setups. And of course, security is common. If you implement any module, security and roles and approvals is a common concept. We are supposed to do it. Okay. So like this, project manager is going to create an implementation project. Then he will assign this task to the team members. There is a button called assign tasks. Let's say manager decided to assign this tasks to the employee called some user John, or they wanted to decide this to assign to Mr. Kiran or someone else, like they can go for assign. So manager is responsible for creating the implementation project and assigning this task to the team members and everything. The moment a team member is completed those particular tasks, then they'll go for update. They'll go for update the task. Yes, completed or in progress, 50% completed, 70% completed, like that we see it. Like that we see it here. That's how it will work. That's how it will work. Now I'm going to show you how to assign some particular task. Select here, assign this task to Mr. Kiran. In this tasks, I would like to assign to someone else. Like this. The moment when we expand this menu, we will see that the name to whom this task has been assigned, right? We can find all this information here. Okay. Let's say Kiran is telling that I have completed so and so task successfully. Any comments are there, history is there. Generally, if you do not have an implementation project feature, we have to maintain this information in Excel sheet or some other place. Okay. So like this, the task details will be updated. It's a part of the project. So when we say that there are total 15 members are working in the project, right? Obviously, we have to manage the information. Who has done this task, when they started, when they completed, during the process, what was the notes, history. This all we call it as a project management plan. Project management plan. We call it as an implementation project in Fusion applications. Okay, so this is how the implementation project will be created, and manager can overview and he can show this project status to client. Click overview button. Here we can find the project name and assignment status. What are the tasks has been assigned to the team members? Resource status. It's been assigned to Mr. Vinay and also for Mr. Kiran. Right. And I could see the assignment details here. I would like to know what are all the tasks are completed so far this week or last week or next week. Like we can find the target for next week. So this all information we can find over here. All this information we can find over here. That's the management. Total number of tasks we have to complete and how many tasks has been assigned. This. Yeah. Is it clear, everybody? What is implementation project? Why project manager is going to create this? How to create? How to assign the task to the team members? How the team members will update? This is just to manage our project. It's not actually the fusion product to our client requirement. This is just to manage the project duration or task assignment and all this. Yeah. Any doubts here, please?
So can the project manager download this report from the
Yeah,
application?
it's always there will be a, export option will be there. They can go for export this data and they can get into the Excel sheet. We have separate task for that for export and importing this setups information here. Yeah, here. Okay. Yeah. Next.
Right, like in project management, like there are a lot of tasks actually involved.
Yeah.
Like so, that's a basically detailed level project planning.
That
So, do
information they have to do it. For example, there are separate tools like to manage the
Mhm.
PMP. PMP tools are separate. We cannot find those type of in-depth features in this area. But what Oracle says that, yeah, obviously you see if we do not have an implementation project, every task details, user details, we have to manage manually in another tool, right? So what Oracle says, you can do it here and go for export into some third-party tool. If you need detailed information, you can go ahead. That's what Oracle says.
and is this mandatory step? Like every
Not
project have
mandatory,
to.
not mandatory. It's
Okay.
up to the client whether they wanted to have an implementation project or without having a plan, they can start directly working.
Okay.
Yeah. Next, now implementation project we have done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know, we'll talk about the roles and responsibility. Yeah, about the functional consultant. So functional consultant role, what is meant by functional role in your Oracle Fusion Cloud is functional consultant is going to conduct workshops. We have to conduct workshop to client. It means our client knows that Oracle Fusion is one of the cloud ERP which will be used to manage my entire employees data, employee leaves data and payroll data. But client do not have the detailed information. What are the features are there? How to do it? How we have to implement that client doesn't have. Obviously, as a functional consultant, I have to explain to the client. That's what we call it as conducting the workshop. When we conduct workshop, for example, how to run the payroll, how the payroll will be calculated. After that, how the salaries will be distributed to the employees. And finally, how the accounts will be created. So this entire process, we have to give the workshop client to, then the client will decide, okay, this option is not required. This is additional feature is required. So they'll go for compare current their business with Oracle Fusion business. And then they'll go for give the requirement. So conducting the workshop, gather requirement. We have to gather the requirement. After gathering the requirement, we'll go for perform the setups. And then we have to test the setups. After testing, then we have to deliver it, deliver to client. We have to go for deliver this to the client. That's how we are going to do it. So these are major level functional consultant roles and responsibilities. Okay. So now I'm going to do currently couple of setups. I want to hire an employee first. If we want to hire employee, we need the role called human resource specialist. Human resource specialist role is required. Then I want to create a new location after hiring employee. That's fine. We hired an employee. Let's say employee joining date, I'm going to take it as 10th January 2015. 2015 employee joined in so and so California location. Now I would like to take that this employee into the new location from next 1st June 2025 onwards. Okay, that's the concept. So if you want to go for create new location, we need the role called application implementation consultant. This already we have done it, right? We have assigned. We have already assigned. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to hire an employee. Okay. So Mr. Kiran does not have the role. First, assign the role to Kiran. Go to Tools menu, Security Console. We have already user account, Kiran, right? Kiran user account is there. Then already two roles we have here, and now we are going to add another role, human resource specialist. Don't worry about there are hundreds of roles which we have. Generally, we will see around 10 to 15 roles important, not more than that. Human resource specialist role. Human resource specialist. Add role membership. Click done. Human resource specialist. Okay. Save and close. The moment when we add the role, user can start working. Let me check whether role is applied or not. Yeah, it's there. Go to Navigator, My Client Groups. Or this one also same. Even if you go to the desktop, My Client Groups. Both are same. This Navigator, it is showing like a menu in the vertical format. It is showing like a springboard. Same options we find here. Same options we find. Sometimes if role is not updated immediately, just log out and log in. Generally not required. Automatically it will be updated. Now Mr. Kiran is going to log in. New person. Select new person. Select new person. Here we are going to hire employees. There are different options like we can find contingent worker, we can find pending worker, we can find non-workers. We'll see all these options later. Right now we are going to hire employee. Now this is the tab where we are going to capture the employee hiring process. So any organization, whenever they are hiring employees, what they do is they'll go for enter first identification details, then person information, then employment information, employee salaries information. Finally, we'll go for review and go for complete this hiring process. That's how we will do it. Okay. First, identification details, nothing but when the employee has joined in the organization. So let's say 10th 05 2015. That's the date. Which company? Legal employer. Reliance Trends, right? Reliance Trends we have not configured. So right now I take it as existing one. Right now default value is there US1 legal entity, but we have to configure Reliance Trends, right? So company name is Reliance Trends. That's what actually our job. Right now, I could see a US1 legal entity, US2, like that. But this all we can find out as an testing data. We all see this as a testing data. This is a testing data. Okay. But client obviously they would like to go with new options, whatever the clients are having, company name, branch names, department, locations, job, position, grade, everything we have to implement. We'll see that. Today we are doing location, right? Like that, hundreds of setups we have to do. So I'm entering Rahul Kumar is the employee name, and Mr. Gender and date of birth, English, employee national ID, something. These all are additional fields someone added. National identification detail. In US, social security number. In India, Aadhaar card. If it is social security number, we have to follow this format, right? We have to follow this format. Now click next button. Employee allowance justification. It seems someone added additional field here. It's okay. Click next button. Employee person information, nothing but employee home address is mandatory. Then phone details, email details, okay? Employee citizenships, passports information, visa information, and contacts like brother, child, domestic partners, and spouse, other details we can find here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter just employee home address. Just entering zip code. Now this tab is very important, employment information. Maximum setups we see it here only. So we already specified we are hiring employee for this company. That's fine. But which branch? Business unit is nothing but a branch. We'll discuss with client. If client says that I have 400 branches, their addresses, who is the manager in that branch, all the details will be captured. Different jobs, positions, grade, salary structure, everything we are going to specify. I'm going to use the location called California. You don't have the current location is California. Okay, we go with Redwood. Yeah, Redwood City. California location is not exist. So let me change the requirement. Redwood location. So we'll create new location which is California. Okay, we'll do that creation. So we are hiring employee for this department is human resource department. I'm trying to hire here. Okay, yeah, and he's an white collar full-time employee and regular employee and salary paid. And I would like to assign the manager details to assign. You'll find multiple managers. For example, one is line manager, another one is project manager. Like this, we can have multiple managers. And provision period, I'm going to put it 3 months. Notice period 2 months. Okay, a lot of other options are there. That's not mandatory. Click next button. I'm not going to configure any salary details. I'm just going to close it. This is hiring process, but all the setups we have to do. What is the salary amount? What is the structure? We have to discuss with the client and go for configure. This is hiring an employee. So almost like this is end user job. Whatever we have done right now is a end user job. This is not actually functional job, but if I configure a company, branch, department, location, address, and then other salary structure, leave plans, everything, obviously we have to test it, right? So we must to know how to hire employee, how to transfer employee, how to terminate employee like this. Okay. So this is generally day-to-day activities our clients will be doing, our client employees, nothing but recruiters, HR managers, they'll be doing day-to-day activities. Okay. So in the same way, we did hiring process. Now I just want to verify this record is exist or not. Let's go to person management here. And person name, Rahul Kumar, search. This is record. Employee number 7509. When employee joined in 2015, 10 years back, right? Which company employee joined? This company. Which branch? This branch. Which job, position, grade? Okay, who was the managers? There is one line manager, there is one project manager. What is current location? Redwood City. Now, client is telling that create one location called California. Client said that we are going to start a new business and new location called California. We would like to transfer this employee from Redwood City to California. So these two setups we have to do that. Setups means we have to do it from the setup and maintenance. Go to user menu, setup and maintenance. Search for the task location. I'm creating location. Manage means create, update, delete, disable. This all comes under manage. Okay. So I'm creating new location now. Now I'll ask my client. So what's the name you are going to call it? So client is telling that it's Reliance California sales office. That's what he has given the name. Okay. I'll ask my client from which date this location is exist. Let's say they started in 2020. Okay. It is going to be Reliance California sales office. Status active. Fine. And would like to have Google map location latitude, location longitude we can specify. Actual address. Reliance sales office. California 50560. It's fine. Official language English. Email sales@the rate of reliance.com. Phone number, fax. These all are general information, right? Now click review button. This is the location setup. Now client is telling that in India I have 400 branches. Uh, in US I have around 100 branches. In UK 50 branches. Obviously we need to gather all this information and configure all these locations. Okay.
One question, sir,
Yeah.
so uh, instead of 400 setups, we can't do manually, then we can do it from the backend. It is possible.
Yeah, we can do it we can do it through spreadsheet. Means you have to just enter in Excel and go for load it. If client
Mhm.
gives in Notepad, we can also, technical team will go for load it. They'll go for develop a program and go for data loading.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we have created this, right? Successfully we have created this. Now we are going for next. I would like to transfer an employee from current Redwood City to this California. So Go to Navigator. Now go for person management. Let's give the name. What's employee name? Rahul. Take employee name Rahul Kumar. I want to transfer this employee. Okay. So whenever we want to transfer this employee, what we do is search employee details first. When you would like to transfer from 1st June, not today. If it is from the old date or today, we will go for correction. But actually it is for future date, right? Future date means we have to go for update. Okay. This concept we call it as a date track. That time we'll see that. Simple update means future. What is the date? June 1st, right? June 1st. Action transfer. Yeah. What is the reason why you are transferring this employee? There is some manager request from the California office. So we are transferring. Yeah. So here we are supposed to get our location, whatever we created. Got it, right? Reliance, California. We have done the setup, location setup. Now I am able to see that location here. This is testing. What we are seeing this screen is testing. Previous screen, what we have done from setup and maintenance is a setup. So this is how we do the location setup. Like this, hundreds of setups we have to do it for every module. Hundreds of setups we have to do it every module. Sometimes even if you do the setup, that value will not be populated here. We must know what is the reason. Is it date problem or is it security issue or the current employee roles issue or privileges issue? This all comes under security. That's what actually our work. If you say, I'm able to understand what you are explaining, Mr. Chandra, you hired an employee and you created user account and you created location and you are doing transfer now and you are able to perform all this. I could see that whatever you are explaining, I'm able to understand, then you are eligible to learn this. Because many people might think that I'm a fresher or I'm from non-IT or no, I'm not from HR and you are talking about human capital management. Can I understand this functionality and all? So if you are able to understand this assignment, what I have done last 20, 25 minutes, then it's fine. That's what actually the course. But we uh, this work whatever we have done is in a simple, right? So obviously we'll do it a lot of other things in this. So we have done this transfer. I would like to see whether this record has been updated or not. So when I search Mr. Rahul, this 7509, okay, 7509. Let me search with employee number. Still it is showing that location is Redwood City. Still it is showing that location is Redwood City. Because right now you are searching what is the status of this employee today. Today still is it Redwood City only. If I search next week also, he will be in Redwood City only. When he will move to California, he will move to California from June 1st. So you have to select on June 1st where this employee will be exist, where this employee will be working. June 1st, you can see that employee location is California office. Even in the May 31st also, he will be with Redwood City only. From June 1st only, he will be effective in, in California office. Okay. So these all options client don't know. As a functional consultant, we are supposed to give the training. That's what we call it as. That there will be a at least 1 or 2 months time for the planning this, right? This all user manual training and all, we will do that. Yeah, that's how it will work. It's clear, everybody? Are you able to understand how to do the setup, how to perform, how to test it, all these options?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Fine, guys. Any doubts? This is our second demo. Yeah, obviously, like today, tomorrow also, I'm going to have one more assignment, third assignment. So tomorrow will be our final demo session. And day after tomorrow onwards, regular classes will be started. So tomorrow also, I will take one topic and I'll take one assignment. I'll show you how to do that practically. Then you will be clear that. Okay. And someone is telling that, Banu, I learned Global HR module from Udemy, Mr. Chandra. Yeah, actually, that Udemy Chandra and me both are same. Even myself, I published in Udemy in online portal. You learned that only. Okay. So the difference between that and this one, no difference. If you might have enrolled through Udemy, but that is only one module, right? One module, one course. Global HR, payroll, absence management, talent management, and BI reports, ODB analysis, HDL, extracts, personalization. This all you are going to get it with Redwood and AI. So the difference is here you will have live support and then you will have server access for 8 months. And obviously it is live sessions. Any doubts you can communicate and on this part you can go for clearance. So the Udemy is for the people who are already working professionals who doesn't have the time, they will be going ahead with it. Okay. Yeah, fine. Fine, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your time you have spent with me today. Second demo. Let's meet you tomorrow, same time, same meeting ID. And you will see the second demo in another couple of hours. Okay, couple of hours, you will see the second demo in the YouTube. So you can go through that again. Okay. And I request everyone, please subscribe for this channel. And one of the good news is Oracle is going to train 4 lakhs people in Andhra Pradesh going forward. The engineering students. Oracle, Andhra Pradesh, Mylan. It means like huge requirement. Oracle fuels the digital future of Andhra Pradesh one day ago. Of course, this is just for end user, not for the software developers. 4 lakh students in Oracle Fusion, artificial intelligence, data science, cloud, and other emerging technologies. So Oracle has decided they are getting a lot of customers across the world. So by that time, the resource must exist, right? Without resources, the clients will not be satisfied, right? So these all are pre-recorded sessions Oracle is planning to provide skill development corporation. Generally, earlier skill development means we used to have C language, C++, some other, but Oracle very first time they came up with this here. It's a good initiation from the Oracle. Yeah, thank you. If you have time, just go to Oracle website and just go through what exactly they try to do it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let's see you tomorrow. Ciao.
Thank you, sir.